Hello, are you ready to play a few of the daily New York Times games with me? My name is Mara, and this is Mindfully Crocheted Unraveled. Today, I'm going to be unraveling the New York Times games, WORDLE, STRANDS, and Connections for Monday, December 15th, 2025. So, spoiler warning, if you haven't already done your NYT games yet today, I always recommend that you pause the video and do that first, and then you can come back and compare and see how we did. Of course, if you would like, you can always follow along with me, pick up some tips and tricks along the way, hopefully. And then afterward, I just ask that you leave a kind comment down below as to what you thought and how you did. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up my wheel of Wordle start words so that I can select my starting word for today. Okay, we're going to exit out of full screen. Shuffle these up. Make it full screen again, and here we go. Oh gosh, what do we have? Sauce. Oh, sauce. I actually like sauce. It is one of my favorite starting words. All right, I'm going to pause my video while I bring up my phone, and then I'll get to working on Wordle. Okay, I have my phone screen pulled up. I'm opening up my New York Times Games app and scrolling down to Wordle. Guess your way to the correct word, Monday, December 15th. Go ahead, add another day to your 476-day streak. Okay, sauce. A-U-C-E, sauce. Okay. Ooh, all right. Well, no A, U, or E, and no C or S. What about, we've got our O and I and Y left. I wonder if is there a word like doily, maybe? Doily? Why don't I try doily? D-O-I-L-Y. That will bring in the rest of my vowels, determine which vowel or vowels we are using. And here we go. Ooh, oh, all right. Well, that was a good word. 3 letters in the right place. D-O, how about D-O? Okay, let me write down possibilities. D-O-W-N-Y. Oh gosh. Okay, Downy. Dorky. I don't know if that's a word, but there could be dorky. I'm going to see if there's any overlap. Doggy. Okay, there's no overlap between any of those 3 words. Dawn. What about Dottie? Dottie is more of a nickname. Dottie. I don't know that you would call something Dottie. You'd say Spotty, maybe. Dottie. All right, let me just try. Oh, there's also like D-O, D-O, Dobby from Harry Potter. Dormy. Okay, I'm going to try Downey. That was one of the first ones I thought of. No. I don't want to use dorky. I'm going to try doggy. Oh, dodgy. All right. Maybe dodgy. Okay. Phew. I wish I had thought of that before, because then at least I would have known two of the words had a G, and I would have used probably dodgy and got it in 3, but I didn't think of that. So anyway, all right, I've completed 814 games of Wordle. My current and max streak are 477. I got it in 5. Let's see. Whoopsie. Didn't mean to do that. I meant to go back to the stats and collect and check out the bot. All right, let's check out the bot. All right, the average is 4.6. So basically I'm on average with 580 out of 99. Okay. After the word sauce, there were still 324 words left. It's a strong opening guess. Unfortunately, today it was unlucky. Yeah. All right. And then after, let's see. So there was Downy, dorky, doggy, dodgy. Okay, dodgy. That I could only think of 4. I wonder what the other 4 were at this point. Okay, so 8 words left after the word doily. Then after the word downy, oh, maybe dolly, D-O-L-L-Y. I didn't even think about, so like dolly was probably another one. And then that got anything with an L in it got eliminated. And then, of course, anything with the I. All right, so Downy left me with 5 words. And then after doggy, there was only 1 word left, and dodgy. All right, so let's see how the bot did. The bot did slate, crony, badge, and dodgy. Yeah, all right. Well, how did you do? Got it in 5 today, but the streak lives on. Let's move on to strands, find hidden words, and then cover the day's theme. We don't worry about streaks. Today is December 15th. All right, palette episodes, palette episodes, palette colors. Well, I see the word color or colors or colors. Let's see, green here. And then below it, I see blue. Palette episode. So let's select. Okay. Green, blue. Here's white. Green, blue, white. What is this V and G. I mean, these words here, or these letters, there's all kinds of consonants and not a vowel around it. So the V, don't worry, I'm going to erase this, but the V would maybe have to go with the I. There's not an E around for it to be like an I-V-E word. Okay, so green, blue, palette, red, crimson, orange. There's not a lot of E's. There's only like this E and this E. And red would be too short, so it would need to be like reds, but green is singular, blue is singular, white is also singular. So, and there is not a D around this R and E, if that makes sense. Green, blue, white, well, gold or golden. Okay, golden. So then we've got, I know that the spanogram probably has to do with the word color, color saturation, color. Lived. Color style. Colors. Let me at least try this and see if we can find some more words and figure it out. Okay. Oh, and it's green, green and green. So blue will probably be blue. Okay. White. All right. Golden. 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 Palette episodes. Episodes. What does that mean? Well, girls, maybe? Golden girls? Okay. All right. So golden girls, we're talking about TV, color TV. Oh, and it's red. Okay. So color TV. So what do we have? Green, green, blue, blue bloods. Okay. White, white lotus. And green, green acres. Green acres is the place to be. Farm. Oh, how cute. And the spanogram comes up as a TV. Farm living is the life for me. Oh, man. I used to love watching that show. Is it Buddy Epson? One of the Gabors, Ava Gabor, Raja Gabor. Anyway, when I was a kid, I think it was already in reruns, but I loved that show. All right. So we had green and blue and white and gold, and our gold again, our TV, and then our remaining blue, white, and green. That was fun. I always like when they do stuff like that. That's really fun. Well, how did you do on that? All right, let's move on to connections. Group words that share a common thread. We're looking for 4 groups of 4. Go ahead, add another day to your 1-day streak for December 15th, 2025. All right, our 16 connections words are C, monster, quarter, 100, semi or semi, Celsius, bumper, dump, joint, giant, final, whole, Titanic, qualifier, dive, and cold. Okay, when you see a word like qualifier, that kind of jumps out to me. There's final, qualifier, final, semi, and quarter, like quarterfinals, semifinals, finals, whatever. Let's just submit it. Okay, that's yellow. Tournament rounds. All right. And then let's see, we have like monster truck or monster, Titanic, giant. So it's big, big, like a bumper crop. You got a bumper crop of tomatoes or whatever. I had a bumper crop of tomatoes, but they never turned red. And so I just left them on the vine. Now they're all just dying off. All right. Any gardeners out there? Okay. I think this might mean large. Titanic, giant, monster, bumper. Could there be another word beside bumper? I don't think so. I'm going to try that. Green. Okay, so enormous. We have blue and purple left. A dive, a joint, a dump, a hole. Probably blue, cold, Celsius, C, and 100. A joint, a dive, a hole in the wall, a dump. I'm going to go with that just because it means not, I mean, a dive place, a dump, a joint, you know, let's see what they call it. Disreputable establishment. Okay. And by default, we get purple. So I'm getting a regular rainbow today. All right, here we go. What C might mean. Okay, C for Celsius, C for cold. All right, we'll look at that as we go. So my current streak is 2 and my max streak is 251. I have played 473 games. My win percentage is back down to 99% after that loss a couple days ago. All right, let's check out the bot and see how tough today's was. Okay, it's a fairly straightforward 82% solve rate. That makes sense. I got through it pretty quickly and didn't need to, you know, do a screenshot and everything like that. All right, so 47% of the players didn't make any mistakes. 18% made 1 mistake, 10% 2 mistakes, 6% 3, and only 18% did not solve. They're giving me a 95 out of 99 for my rainbow. 1 in 11 players, so that's a very common solution, made the same exact guesses as me. All right, so 53% people got yellow first, 24% green, 19% blue, and only 4% got purple first. All right, mistakes were around green and purple, green and yellow, blue, green and yellow, green and blue. So most of the players that made mistakes made the one at the top. 27% of the players with had that mistake: Monster, 100, Giant, and Titanic. All right. So it just says, great minds think alike. You had the most common opening guess today. And this was a solid pick and put you in a good position to win. Everyone else had the same idea here too. And then what C might mean is a tricky type of category that appears occasionally, following the pattern of what blank might mean. So keep that in your mental toolbox. That's right. What blank might mean. I should keep a list, like fill in the blank. What blank might mean, you know, things like that. Okay, we are going to remove my phone from the screen. Okay, so anyway, I hope you did well on your games today. I am going to wrap up quickly by saying, don't forget to put a little play in your day and check out that video. Subscribe over here. Take care, be kind, and I'll see you again tomorrow with some more of the daily New York Times games. Bye.